Let's start with CJ Stroud. He was great. I think the best thing that Stroud did, and granted it's a playoff, so of course he was going to, but like in a day and age, Aaron, where we're always making arguments about what can bowl season do for you, even though he lost in that semifinal against Georgia, CJ Stroud, I think, went up multiple notches in a lot of people's eyes in that Georgia game because he's playing like as close as you can get to an NFL defense on the college level, and he was the best guy on the field for a lot of that game. I mean, he showed creativity that we've come to expect out of Bryce Young, but maybe not out of him. An ability to extend plays with his legs, which you didn't always see. Accuracy. I mean, again, maybe the craziest throw was the one to Marvin Harrison Jr. that got him knocked out, where that was a throw that looked like it was just being thrown away and it somehow dropped perfectly in the bucket. It was just that, Georgia's dirty players, and they knocked him out of the game. Unbelievable. But CJ Stroud did himself a lot of favors. So why then, when I sign on to The Athletic today, does Dane Brugler have C.J. Stroud going at number 5? They have the Colts trading up to take Bryce Young at number 1. The Texans taking Will Levis at 2, Will Anderson 3, Jalen Carter 4, and then the Panthers jumping up to take Stroud at 5. I mean, what's up, Aaron? Aaron Murray, you, by the way, Brum, how much of the licensing cost on Round Ball Rock? Probably a lot, right?
Not available.
Probably impossible to get.
Not available.
Okay. Never mind. Aaron, you watch the tape. Tell us the differences between these three quarterbacks.
I don't want to get into too much detail here because we do have our draft specials coming up in the next month or two. So want to say,
you know what the title's going to be?
What is it?
Aaron watches the tape.
Aaron watches the tape. Aaron watches.
By the way, Aaron,
the freaking
I think
tape.
Don't worry about repeating yourself, right? If Brum had his way, we would repeat ourselves 7 times every single day.
We would be doing Alabama. Can Alabama be better than Georgia from now until August 15th?
That's true. This is very true. I am seeing and hearing a lot of the opposite of what you said, in the sense of Indianapolis having some sort of love affair for Will Levis, which is still the fact that anyone can have love for Will Levis after watching what he's done for the past few years. It's crazy to me. Like, have we not learned our lesson that just because some kid is big and strong doesn't mean that he's going to be able to be a successful quarterback? Like, yes, there are. Maybe it's because of Josh Allen that people have hope that
it is it.
Look, Josh Allen was able to.
Like
that's all it is.
That's exactly.
We've had
Josh Allen
we've had more stories fail. We've had more instances fail of teams trying to do that at the quarterback spot than of people having success. And I would say Josh Allen was different in the sense of he was so raw and from such a small school and had more upside because there was more to be developed. But Will Levis has been in a system that is quote unquote supposed to be pro ready with SEC talent around him and hasn't been able to maximize that. So like Josh Allen didn't have that talent around him. Josh Allen played at a Division II school. Like, big difference. You have been put in a situation where you are in the best conference with some really good talent, some really good coaches, and you didn't succeed. So then what is the thing that has held him back for the past years besides just not being a good decision maker? Like that concerns me. You could make excuses for Josh. I can't find a way to make an excuse for Will Levis. So I don't get it. I know he's pretty. I know he's big. I know he's a great arm. He's going to look great at pro day. He's going to look tremendous at the combine. I wouldn't touch him in the top 15 picks. I wouldn't. I would still pick CJ first if I'm going quarterback. I'd go CJ first, Bryce second, and honestly, I wouldn't. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't pick a quarterback in the first round after that. Will Levis and Anthony Richards are not first round quarterbacks.
Okay, so there's a lot to get to here. Josh, I went to Wyoming, so not quite Division II, right? I mean, I think Wyoming, FCS, right? Or are they technically FBS now?
They're FBS.
They're FBS. Yeah.
I was saying Carson Wentz when I was saying that. I was saying Carson Wentz when I was saying that. But still, like, Wyoming doesn't have.
To your point, look, you're right. Josh Allen ruined everything because he was awful in college, and now he's like maybe the best quarterback in the NFL. But like you also pointed out, like for every Josh Allen, there's a bunch of Trey Lances, and it is shocking to me how much people are flocking. Why? I'm watching Brock Purdy kick ass. Why can't Trey Lance do it? Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant from Iowa State. No, when he wasn't hurt, he didn't do it. Brock Purdy walked in and did it from day one. and now he's doing it in the playoffs. Like, get the hell out of here. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not, and I'm not trying to come after Trey Lance, but that was a crazy potential pick when they did it. And if you're drafting Will Levis that high, you are going with a crazy potential pick because he looks sexy as hell throwing the ball. He's big as hell. And it's funny because in a lot of ways, he is the opposite of Bryce Young, where Bryce Young has all the tape, but none of the size. Will Levis has all the size and none of the tape. But you think that CJ should reign above all of them. You watched the tape, Aaron Murray. What separates CJ Stroud from Bryce Young? I'm not saying Will Levis because, like, I know where you think of Will Levis.
No. I'm not.
How does he separate from Bryce Young?
To me, it does go to size first. Like I am nervous. Like if I'm a team and I go see Bryce in person, like I love Bryce. I love his game. I mean, if Bryce was 6'1", 205 pounds, like yeah, for sure, 100%, I'm drafting Bryce first pick in the draft. Bryce is 5'11", 185 pounds. And yeah, he may put on some weight to measure in at the combine at pro day, and maybe he drinks enough protein shakes to get to 200, 205 pounds, but he's not going to play at 200 pounds. There's no way. He will not be the same quarterback if he puts 15, 20 pounds on. Bryce is Bryce because of his athleticism, and you can't do that with his frame because he's not a big frame. You can't do that if you put on, I would say, unnatural weight of forcing yourself to gain 15 to 20 pounds. So I do worry about him being slight of frame, a little bit smaller. Attribute wise, throwing the football, I think CJ to me is a little bit better of a thrower. Bryce is more creative, and I like Bryce's game in both college and NFL. It just comes down to size to me. At the end of the day, that's it. Like if he was just Kyler Murray's, shoulders a little bit more broad, can handle the weight, then yes, I'd be fine. But I'm telling you, man, I don't know if you've seen him in person, but he's a stick. He's a stick.
Yes, that is fair.
And it worries me.
But okay, but at the same time, watch the tape. Haven't we watched games in Alabama where he has put his body on the line and gotten abused, and he never got hurt?
Different.
Like he never got hurt like Tua Tagovailoa did. No. I know it's definitely different, but what I'm saying is, like, let's say you have a quarterback like Tua who dealt with major injuries in college, but we never use it against him because he has a bit more size. That's carried over the NFL. Bryce got beat up in the same ways, but never actually got hurt. I guess what he missed 2 games this season.
He did
maybe,
when he fell.
I want to say.
So like this is the hard part for me because like even like Robert said in the chat right now, like Bryce is the best quarterback prospect. Like yes, I agree. Bryce is the best one. I'm just more nervous on the size because these are the best of the best. These are the biggest human beings on the planet Earth. These dudes in the NFL are gigantic. And I'm going to pay a quarterback $20 to $30 million to play a long season at 5'11" and 185 pounds and to get beat up for an entire career. To me, that's a big risk. And that's something that I'm a little bit hesitant on.
Aaron, when you talk about a quarterback size, are you more concerned about his height or his weight? Are you more concerned?
More weight. More weight. Because, I mean, like, guys have proven, especially in the game today, like, you don't need to be 6'2", 6'3". Russell Wilson had a good run. Kyler's shown flashes. Tua is not crazy big. Like, I don't mind the height, especially in these spread offenses. I'm more concerned, like, once again, with the fact that I don't think that he could put on 15 pounds and be the same Bryce Young that we're seeing play for Alabama. It would change his game a little bit. He does not have the build to play at 200, 205 pounds.
What about the fact that quarterbacks are protected now more than ever in college? And honestly, Bryce Young, if I really want to argue for Bryce Young, I would argue that he could almost end up finding himself in an inverse Cam Newton situation. Remember, Cam Newton would get demolished, but they would never call it just because he was like bigger than everyone. So he did not get called.
It's like LeBron. It's like LeBron in the paint.
Yes. Or no, it's like Zion. Zion is what we're looking for, Aaron. Okay, here in Louisiana, we say Zion in the paint. They refuse to give him calls. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. But whatever. Yeah. So in that same way, is Bryce maybe open to even being overprotected? Because he is so slight that, like, when you sling Bryce, it's going to look pretty violent. And
It's
if
gonna
you
look
look
pretty
at some of
bad.
the penalties, I mean, and if you look at some of the
Oh.
penalties from this weekend, they're calling anything. Like this entire
Yeah.
year, they're calling anything. So there's never been a better time to be a slight quarterback moving to the NFL.